Good evening, everybody. Just a quick weather update again today. And before I begin that part of it, I'm just going to look at the radar and look at that incredible line of storms. It's going from up near just south of Georgetown all the way down into southeast Queensland. Now, there were some pretty severe thunderstorms, even dangerous thunderstorms in South today. There was at least one area of suspicious echo on the radar earlier. I'm still waiting for confirmation on what that could have been from people that were actually chasing the storm. But yeah, this has been an awesome day. The rainfall has been fairly low from reports I'm seeing, but that's expected because these storms were went through pretty quickly. So yeah, I'm not surprised that not much rainfall fell, which being how dangerous and some of the size of the hail that came out of them, quick storms is probably better than slow ones in my opinion. But anywho, that's the national look now, as you can see here. So there's a few storms through the inland. There was a severe storm that went through Melbourne with also a report that a tornado touched down there. There's no footage that I've seen so far, but a good mate of mine is pretty convinced that there was one going by radar image, I believe. Unfortunately, I wasn't actually watching down there at the time, and so I missed that. But if any information comes up, I'll post that. But yes, so a very active day across the country. Now, time to get into the forecast part. Okay, moving on to the sweat index here. So this is for tomorrow afternoon. So we've got some hot spots around inland central Queensland, around the Rockhampton, Bundaberg area, and even out west of South Queensland, and even in the northeast, northwest over here. So if we just put the overlay for the thunderstorm likelihood, most of it matches up to the sweat index here. Now, Weather Zone uses different modeling, so it doesn't match exactly. I'd still expect some activity out in the southern inland Queensland area around here, but obviously whatever modeling Weather Zone use, they don't have that highlighted over here. But this gives you a good idea. So the most activity looks to be up in the central Queensland area with possible severe storms around Bundaberg, even up towards Rockhampton tomorrow. And in the inland areas, there's some potential around Hughenden, and also some low-end storms around the northeast region of Queensland up here. So that's pretty much what tomorrow is looking like for now. Now let's just move to Tuesday and have a little check on that. And as you can see, the sweat index is decent still, so there could be some residual thunderstorm activity around on Tuesday afternoon as well. Now a quick look at the expected rainfall between now and around middle of the afternoon on Tuesday. We're expecting some decent falls around the central coast here that will come in the form of thunderstorm rain most likely. Now, not everybody will see this, as was evident today. The storms are quite fast, so the actual totals of rainfall wasn't exactly super high. I know a person that said they only got about 5 minutes of heavy rain as the storm went across pretty quickly. So I'm expecting a similar thing tomorrow and into Tuesday. So not everyone will see this, and there will be a lot of people missing out, unfortunately. But that's just the way thunderstorm rain happens. It's very hit and miss. However, that being said, still quite a decent amount in places. Brisbane itself has seen 29.2 mil. Cape Morton, 44.4. Gympie's on 35.2 at the moment. And Toowoomba's at 22.8. So still, rainfall figures aren't to be laughed at. So they're still decent. I'd be happy for them, even up where I am, where we see a lot bigger rainfall figures from the thunderstorm. But I'd still be happy with those amounts. So it's not too bad. It's just it could have been worse if they were a little slower. But thankfully they weren't slow enough to produce way too much rain at this luckily. So it's okay. We're just going to quickly get into some temperature forecasts here. So this is the EC modeling for approximately 7 o'clock in the morning Eastern Standard Time. So we've got low 20s for Brisbane, high teens for Sydney, quite cool around Melbourne down here. Looks like the mid-teens. Same with Adelaide. Parts of southern WA are looking very cold for the morning, especially around Perth with about 12. And Darwin is its usual about 25 degrees by tomorrow morning, sorry. And we'll look at midday here, not midday, mid-afternoon, when the hottest temperatures are normally recorded. And we have fairly cool temperatures down south, especially in the southeast down here. Around 30 degrees in Brisbane, about high mid-30s up at Darwin, and mid-20s in Perth. And let's just look at Tuesday morning. Okay, so cold in the south again, fairly mild along the eastern seaboard, and once again up in Darwin up here, we're pretty standard around 25, 26. And we'll just look into the afternoon. And once again, temperatures will be around high 20s over Brisbane. Pretty cool down south, as you can see by the blues and the greens down here. Mid-20s for Perth, and the mid-30s for Darwin. And areas inland are seeing 40 plus in places of in Kimberley, inland central Northern Territory, and high 30s around the northwest and Cape York Peninsula of Queensland. So that's about all for now. So I'll get out to another update probably tomorrow. But that's all for today.